Welcome to Tntspices. Today, we've got something fishy. Today, we're going to make ourselves some stuffed shells. These aren't your typical Italian stuffed shells. We're going to make ourselves some seafood stuffed shells. To start, let's begin by making the filling that's going to go into our shells. In front of me, I have a large bowl. I have 1 pound of bay scallops.
Maybe you should stop eating scallops.
Let the scallops win? Ha! They'd love that.
I have a 1/2 pound of imitation lobster chunks. I have 1 pound of raw uncooked shrimp that we've deveined and we've cut in half. You don't have to buy the big giant shrimp for this because we're breaking them up into pieces anyway.
Did you hear him? He said you don't eat the giant shrimp.
I have 1 pound of lump crab meat. I have 1 box of creamed spinach that we've just softened in the microwave. We didn't fully cook it. I have 1 pound of whole ricotta cheese. I have 1 egg. I have here a pound of whole milk fresh mozzarella that we grated up. I'm going to take half of this and add this to our filling, and then we'll mix this up real well. With our filling made, we are going to put some plastic wrap over this and place it in our refrigerator till we're ready to use this to fill our shells. In the meantime, I have a box of jumbo shells. We're going to follow the directions. It says to boil these for about 14 to 15 minutes to make them al dente. As these are cooking, we will begin to make the sauce that we're going to use for these stuffed shells. In front of me, I have a large pot. I have 3/4 cups of unsalted butter that we are going to melt. Now that our butter's melted, we are going to add, I have 6 cloves of garlic that I minced up real fine. We're just going to cook this about 30 seconds. Here I have 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to mix this in and we're going to make ourselves a roux. We're going to cook this mixture after it's combined for about a good minute so that we cook out the rawness of the flour. All right, here I have 3 tablespoons of sherry wine vinegar. And here I have 3 cups of evaporated milk. I'm going to pour this in. Next, I have 1 quart of half and half. Now, I have 4 chicken bouillon cubes that I smashed up real fine. Next, we want to add 1 egg to this, but we want to temper this egg.
Tempering eggs is the process of both diluting the egg proteins and gradually heating them to prevent them from curdling when added to a hot liquid.
So we're going to take some of our hot milk mixture, add it to our egg, and we're going to whisk this up. And we'll incorporate this into our milk. Now, I have 1 cup of clam juice. I have 1 teaspoon of our all-purpose SPG.
Delicious, so delicious.
I have 3 tablespoons of our Italian Diablo hot sauce. I have 1 pound of ricotta cheese. Let's switch over to a whisk versus the spoon because now we're going to start adding some cheeses that we grated up. I have 8 ounces of apple smoked Gouda cheese that we grated. We're going to start adding this to our milk. I have 8 ounces of your Cajun Meat Crazy. It's an artisan cheddar cheese. It was 2 4-ounce packs that we've taken the time. We grated that up. We're going to add this in. Next, I have 7 ounces of double smoked cheddar cheese that I grated up. I'm going to throw this in. Here I have 8 ounces of Gruyere that we've shredded. To make things easier for me, because I was getting to the very tippy top of that pot that I had, I quickly transferred everything into a little larger of a pot. This way I don't make such a mess. Next, I have 2 packs. These are 7-ounce packs. We found this at Walmart. Carolina Reaper blend cheese.
You want an atomic pepper?
Nah, you guys go ahead.
Yeah, okay. It's not so bad.
You can simply use 2 packs of plain old Italian blended cheese. Our final ingredient to this cheese sauce is the leftover mozzarella, the other half that we had. We're going to add this in. We're going to continue to whisk this up until this is good and smooth. Once this is 100% good and smooth, we'll set this to the side because we're going to use this to pour over top of our shells. We are going to make a topping to go over top of these shells before we place them into our smoker. Here I have 1 whole container of Italian style breadcrumbs. Now you can also use panko breadcrumbs. That works absolutely fantastic as well.
Have you ever wondered what the difference was between panko and regular breadcrumbs? Panko was invented in Japan, and it's made from crustless white bread. Breadcrumbs are made of different varieties of bread, and they include the bread and the crust.
Here I have 1 pound of bacon that I pre-cooked, made it nice and crispy, and crumbled it up into pieces. In this bowl I have a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Last ingredient, I have a 1/4 cup of unsalted melted butter. We're going to pour this in. We're just going to simply mix this up real well. This will be the topping. Our pasta shells have finished cooking. We actually cooked ourselves 2 full boxes of these shells. I've taken our seafood mixture out of the refrigerator. We are simply going to stuff all of these shells with our seafood mixture. Now, you can use a spoon to put it in, or in my case, I just got some gloves and my hands, and I'm going to stuff each and every one of these and throw these in our tray. We finished stuffing all of our shells with our seafood filling. However, I still have some shells left over. What I'm going to do is I am going to just chop up these shells that we have left over into chunks, and we're going to spread these over top of our stuffed shells. We're not going to let any of this go to waste.
You can't waste food.
We are going to take the cheese sauce that we made. We're going to pour this right over top. We're next going to add our final ingredient on top, which is the breadcrumbs that we made up. We're going to spread these all over the entire top of this. Now, let's take this out to our smoker. We have our smoker set at 350 degrees. We are going to smoke these shells for anywhere from 45 minutes to 60 minutes. It has been an hour. Let's take this off and plate everything up. Our meal is complete. Now, the recipe we showed you guys made a humongous amount, which would feed a ton of people. You can easily cut this recipe in half to make it so that it's more like a family meal. We thank you guys for joining us here at Tntspices as always. Please like, subscribe, follow, hit the notification bell, leave comments, and in the meantime, to everyone, God bless you. Oh.